Hey Joe fans, I'm JoeFan82 here with another action figure review, and today I'm looking at the Transformers Power of the Primes Dinobot Slug figure. This guy was released in the tail end of 2017 as in the first wave of the Power of the Primes line. He is based on the G1 figure and character called Slag, and I prefer Slag over Slug. Slug sounds like an Insecticon name to me. But I guess there was some kind of trademark issue there, so they went with the closest thing they could, Slug. And let's look at the packaging. We've got that gorgeous artwork that we've seen on the Power of the Primes line so far. You've got his dino mode up here. He's shooting some fire out of his mouth. Really just gorgeous artwork on there. And this is, you know, individual art per character. This isn't one image over the whole line, you know. And so we've got him in Dinobot mode here, a picture, and then we've got the figure in robot mode here with his accessories, Transformers, and the Generations logo on the top. And on the back we've got some product shots of him in robot mode and dino mode, and with this prime armor. And it says it takes 12 steps to transform him. On the top there's a little write-up. It says, "How will the hot-headed Dinobot warrior wield the power of the Primes?" And it's got it in a couple other languages. On the top right it says Power of the Primes, choose your prime. And you've got a shot here with some other items that I think you can plug in to the prime armor from the other Transformers in the line. So we've looked at the packaging. Let's go ahead and break him out of his plastic prison and see how he looks. And here is Slug, or Slag, in his robot mode. And I have to say I'm pretty impressed. I was getting this guy for the dino mode, but I'm actually preferring the robot mode. We'll get to the dino mode in a minute. Let's look at him in robot mode. He is very much like his G1 appearance. The colors are very similar. He's got black head with red eyes and very nice sculpt. He's got red on his chest, Autobot logo right there. Gray arms, black hands, sort of a, not total black, but sort of a space gray on his thighs. And then the lighter gray down here for his feet, and gold here on the tips. And on the back you can see his dino mode here. And you know, a little bit sloppy in the back, but that's okay, it's just in the back. But a very solid looking figure. If you saw my last video, I reviewed the Power of the Primes Jazz figure, and there was a lot of little holes and things, and this one is, to me, much more solid. I mean, you do see a little bit here in the front, but it's dark, so it's not that noticeable. His arms are, you know, pretty solid, and his feet, I mean, there's a little bit there, but it's not too distracting. So this is a very solid robot mode. I think the fact that his feet are so big, it makes him really stable. You can get some nice poses out of him. And yeah, the articulation, obviously his head really has no articulation. His shoulders are pretty movable. They're on a ball joint, and they come out, you know, about here. He's got a nice range on the elbow. His hands don't really move at all. And he's got a joint here in the waist, which is mainly used for his transformation. It's pretty stiff. He's got ball joints on his legs. Come apart about so far. Come up. He can be sitting down taking a rest. He's got single jointed knees here, and that's about it for articulation. There's nothing really moving down here. This is really solid bits of plastic on the bottom. So yeah, he is looking really nice. Let's see him with his accessories that he comes with. The gun, which has a nice sculpt. He holds it pretty well. It's not gonna fall out. And whoa, let's get his prime armor. Now, on the Jazz figure, I had trouble finding where this went. On this guy, it's pretty obvious. There's a hole right here, which some of you, it might be a little distracting having that hole, and it's not too bad to me. So this just clips into the hole, and that's it. He's got his prime armor on now. And this piece, stay there, Slug. These little pieces can move like that. Not sure why, what the point of these little parts are. But this translucent piece can come out, and as we saw in the packaging, there are other pieces that can go in here from other Transformers. It just clips back in. And this part right here can fold out, and it can act sort of as a claw or a shield that you can plug onto his arm right here, like so. So that's kind of cool. Sure. Alright, so that is Slag in his robot mode, and let's take a look at the Dino mode. Alright, in order to look at him in his Dino mode, we have to transform him. So, this alright, this part goes up like that. So he's already looking pretty dino-ish. And his hands move down. His hands are very stiff. Alright. So his hands move down. And these are his front legs. So we've got half of a Dinobot right now. And we'll come down here. And this piece goes up. This little tail section comes up, and these pieces go in. And these are his hind legs. Unclip them and slide them over. And now you can rotate this, rotate that, and this clips together. You gotta, alright, so oops. Let's move the legs back. This comes down. This part was a little bit stiff when I first time I transferred. There it goes. It takes a little bit of force to get it to clip in like that. And for some reason in the instructions, it had you turning this a full 180, the bottom section, but I'm not sure why, because I'm able to transform it without doing that just fine. So, you know, sometimes those instructions can be wrong. So the tail moves up and it snaps together, and you just fold the legs back down, kind of bend his elbows, and then you just gotta get him level. See level there? Pretty tiny, huh? Compared to his robot mode. So here he is in Dino mode, and this isn't as great as I was expecting. It's not bad, it's not terrible. He does have a strong G1 sort of reference point, but let's look at the back of the packaging that this guy came in. So if you look here, He's got black on his back, which I think looks better than the all gray. And this part of his head, you know, this ridge for the Triceratops, in the image, it looks like it's raised or somehow kind of separate from the rest. And here, it's pretty much flush with the rest of his body. And on the picture, the horns are a little more pronounced. They're raised higher, and they're in a little bit of a shinier paint than this is a very dull red. So the picture on the back looks better to me than the actual dino we got. Because if you look at it, the profile, it kind of just looks one lizard with some horns. You don't really get that full Triceratops type look to him. And I wish there was a way to kind of clip these front legs to make them a little more stationary, because these are kind of, which is in robot mode, it's fine, but in dino mode, you know, the legs keep kind of coming apart there a little bit. So, I mean, the sculpt is great. I mean, except for this area here, the sculpt is very nice on the body. I love how they kept that gold, sort of translucent plastic. That's really cool. On the tail and then on the head, he's got the Dinobot logo on the head. Clear plastic for his front horn, and that dull red on those. I wish they had that shinier red. Yeah, his feet. One black sort of accent stripe across the middle and the gold on top. He does have a few stickers, techno stickers, which on mine are pretty good. Not out of place at all. So yeah, you know, for what he is, he's fine. This is a deluxe figure. It's around 15-20 bucks. If you are looking to get a Dinobot Slug or Slag, but you don't want to pay a lot, then this is fine. If you're looking for a more more aesthetically pleasing version, then you're gonna want to go with one of the higher priced items out there. And so here's a little bit of a size comparison with Slug in Dinobot mode. And there's Power of the Primes Jazz and Titan's Return Soundwave. Soundwave is towering over them both. And let's take a look at him in robot mode. And here he is back in robot mode, and he's just a little bit taller than Jazz and still quite a bit shorter than Soundwave. And he also comes with this collector card, and it's got that beautiful artwork that we saw in the packaging, but you can see more of it here. He's got the Autobot logo, and it says Dinobot Slug and Power of the Primes, and then I believe that's one of the Prime logos, and the Generations logo on the top left. And on the back, again, Power of the Primes, and it says Soulless Slug forges weapons from the melted metal of his enemies. That's pretty gruesome, huh? As with all Transformers, he comes with instructions, and you know, you can see how to transform him, and it also shows you how he can combine with the other Dinobots to form one larger Transformer called Volcanicus. And where is Slug? Slug would be the left arm on that Transformer. So overall, I think this is a decent update to the Slag character from G1 Transformers. I do like the robot mode better than Dino mode. Some really nice sculpting and detail on the robot mode. The Dino mode suffers a little bit with sculpt, but I do recommend it, especially if you don't already have this character. He is available at retail, but if you can't find him at a store. You can always find him on Amazon. I'm going to put an affiliate link in the description for this video where you can purchase him, and a small percentage of that will go to me and helping this channel grow. And speaking of supporting the channel, I want to remind you that I do have a Patreon account where you can go and contribute financially to help support this channel for as little as $1 a month in exchange for some rewards. You can go to patreon.com/JoeFan82 for more info. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll see you next time.